in divisibility we will working with set of integers, or we will sometimes restrict ourselves to set of natural number. Now we have suppose 12. 12 can be written as 4 into 3. So that is 12 is 12 is product of what? Product of 4 and 3, where 4 and 3 belongs to what? Natural number. So here 4 3 belongs to natural number. Again I can write 12 as 12 is equal to what? Minus 4 into minus 3, which is again 12, right? So 12 here is again product of minus 4 into minus 3. So minus 4 and minus 3 doesn't belong to natural number. So here the minus 4 and minus 3 belongs. Here minus 4 minus 3 belongs to set of natural numbers. But does, sorry, here not natural number, set of integer, but minus 4 minus 3 doesn't belong to natural number, right? Similarly m into n is equal to 1 if and only if, what are the values of m? If we working with set of natural number, then what will happen? If we working with set of natural number, then it has solution m is equal to 1 and n is equal to 1. But if we look at set of integers, then it has the solution. What will be solution? M is equal to minus 1 and n is equal to minus 1. Here mn belongs to what? Set of natural number. But if we look for set of integer, then what will happen? M is equal to minus 1 and n is equal to minus 1, because minus 1 into minus 1 again 1, and 1 into 1 is equal to 1. So here if what are the values from so mn belongs to what? Mn belongs to here set of integers, which does not belong to set of natural number, right? So what we see here, if we look for set of integer, then we have two solution of each for equation 1 and 2. For 12 is equal to 4 into 3 and m into n is equal to 1 has two solution in set of integer, which are m is equal to 1, n is equal to 1, and m equal to minus 1, n equal to minus 1 belongs to both set of integers. And here 12 is equal to 4 into 3 has two solutions, 4 3 and minus 4 minus 3, which belongs to set of integer, and here 4 3 again belongs to set of integer. So what we say? So 12 is equal to 4 into 3, which is equal to minus 4 into minus 3, and m into n is equal to 1 if m is equal to plus minus 1, or m is equal to 1 minus 1, n is equal to minus 1, and m is equal to minus 1. So here 1 and n is equal to minus 1 has two solution each in set of integer, but has one solution in set of natural number, right? So it has only unique solution in set of natural number, that is 4 into 3, and here m is equal to 1, n is equal to 1. So let's see the divisibility theory. Now we have 12 can be expressed as 4 into 3. So what we say that, so 12 is multiple of 4, right? We describe it as product of 4 and 3 is equal to 12. This is fact that we describe in the following ways. 12 is multiple of 4, or what we say, 4 is factor of 12, or what we say, 4 divides 12, or 12 is divisible by 4. In similar manner, for a and b be given integers, if we can find an integer c such that suppose b is equal to a into c, then we express this equation same as, so here 12 is equal to 4 into 3 and b is equal to a into c, means what we say, b is multiple of a, 4 means a is factor of B 4 sorry here A divides B, and what we say that last B is divisible by A, right? So this is the meaning for 12 is equal to 4 into 3 means what? 12 is multiple of 4, right? So this can be written in the multiple of 4. 4 is factor of 4. Sorry, 4 is factor of 12. Next, 4 divides 12, right? So 12 upon 4 is equal to 3, right? Means what we say? 4 divides 12 and 12 is divisible by 4. This is the meaning for that. We write 12 is equal to 4 into 3. So let's see definition of divisibility. Definition of divisibility. Let A and B be any two integer with A is not equal to 0. Then we say that A divides B. A divides B if there is an integer. If there is an integer C such that B is equal to A into C, and we write it as A divides B means what? A divides B. So this is the straight line, right? So not like this, right? So this line should be straight. So what we say that A divides B, or B is divisible by A, or A is factor of B, right? What we say here? So this is the meaning we have seen here. Say here B is means what? Suppose we have 12 is equal to 4 into 3, right? So here what we write here? 4 divides 12 means 4 divides 12, or 12 is divisible by 4, or 4 is factor of 12, right? So that's like this we have defined this, right? So this is the meaning for divisibility. Suppose A and B be any two integers with A should be what? Non-zero, because we cannot write here. Suppose here is non-zero number, suppose 2, then we cannot divide by 0 numbers, right? That's why A should be not equal to 0. Then we say that A divides B if there is an integer C such that B is equal to A into C. Then we write it as A divides B as A divides B. So this line should be straight, right? Here C belongs to what? C belongs to set of integer. Here again A divides B means what? I write B is equal to A into C. For some C belongs to set of integers. C belongs to set of integer. In case A does not divide B, then we write if A does not divide B, then we write it as A does not divides B by this notation. For example, suppose here 5 and 2 are the numbers. So here 5 does not divide 2, right? So what we say that here 2 doesn't divides 5, right? So 5 is not divisible by 2. This can be written like this. Here A does not divide B like this notation. Here is straight line and here is some cross. So A does not divides B. This is the meaning for does not divide. A does not divide B. Let's see some note. First, whenever A divides B, we say that A is a divisor of B. A divides B is what? A is divisor of element B. Second, for any integer for any integer a or not equal to 0, then we have 0 can be written as t into here a into 0, right? A is non-zero, so 0 can be expressed as a something non-zero number into 0, so this multiplication again 0, therefore what we say that here, so 0 can be written as multiple of a, right? So means what, a divides 0, so non-zero number always divides 0, so this is the meaning for that, means 0 is divisible by any non-zero number. So this is the meaning for that, a divided 0 means 0 is divisible by any non-zero number. Second, third, any integer a, any integer a is always divisible by plus minus 1 and plus minus a, means any integer a is always divisible by plus minus 1 and plus minus a. Suppose here a can be divided by a, so a divides a, right? So which is answer 1. A can be divided by minus a upon minus a is again minus 1, right? So a always divisible by what, plus minus 1 plus minus a, so also a upon 1 is again 1 and a upon minus 1 is again minus a, right? Means a is always divisible by plus minus 1 and plus minus a, and all other divisors except plus minus 1 and plus minus a are called proper divisor of a. So next property is, suppose a divides b and a is not equal to plus minus 1 and plus minus a, means divisors other than plus minus 1 plus minus a, then a is called proper divisors of b. So if a not equal to plus minus 1 and plus minus a, then a is called proper divisors of elements b. And last note, fifth number, whenever a divides b and a b belongs to set of integers, then we say that b is multiple of a. b is multiple of a. Let's see some properties of divisibility. So the first one, so let a, b, c and d be integers, then first, if a divides b, a divides b means what, a is multiple of b or a is factor of b or b is divisible by a, right? So this can be written anyway. So a divides b, then a divides b into x for some x belongs to set of integers. Second one, if a divides b and a divides c, then a divides b plus c. In fact, a also divides bx plus cy for any xy belongs to set of integers. Third one, if a divides b and b divides c, then a should divide c. first property is if m be any non-zero number is in which belong to set of integers and a b or a divides b, then am should divide bm. Fifth one, if a divides b and c divides d, then a into c also divides b into d. And sixth property is if a into b divides b into c, ab divides bc, then show that a divides c. So we have to prove all these six properties. Now let's see first property. So proof of first property. So first property. So what we have? So we have four numbers a, b, c, d belongs to integers. Then we have to show that if a divides b, then we have to show that a divides bx. So for any x belongs to set of integers. So since what we have given, so here let a, b, c, d belongs to set of integer. Since what we have given, a divides b, then by using definition of divisibility, what we say that a divides b, then there exists an integer c such that how to write? So by using definition, by definition of divisibility, how to write it as b is equal to a into c, right? For some c belongs to set of integers, right? So what we have to prove here? A divides bx. So a divides b is equal to b, then we have to prove that a divides bx. So I will multiply both side by x. So we want what we want? B into x. So divide both side by not divide, we will multiply both side by x. So multiply both side by x for x belongs to what? Set of integer. Then what will we get after multiplying? So I will get bx is equal to a into ac into x. So this can be written as, so this is the multiplier, so I will write a into what? Cx. So bx is equal to, I have multiplied x both sides, so bx is equal to ac into x. So I will write a as separate, so which is into multiply cx, right? So I will write this as bx is equal to a into something, I will write k. For k is equal to cx belongs to set of integers. So here we have the definition by using divisibility theory. What is the definition? B is equal to a into c. Then what we say that a divides b, right? So here bx is equal to, here bx is equal to ac into x is equal to a into cx, right? So here bx is equal to a into cx. So cx is equal to, I write k, which belongs to set of integers. So bx is equal to a into k. So we have the definition of divisibility. If b is equal to a into c, then what we say that a divides b, right? So here I will write from this a divides bx for any x belongs to set of integers, hence the proof. So if a divides b, then show that a divides bx. So here the proof of first property, right? Now we will prove second property. So second, what we have? Let here a divides b and a divides c. Then by definition of divisibility, what we have? A divides b means what? By definition, a divides b. So there exists k1 such that b is equal to a into k1 for some k1 belongs to set of integer, and a divides c means what? There exists c, here c is equal to a into k2 for some k2 belongs to set of integer. Now what we have to show that a divides b and a divides c, then show that a divides b plus c. So I will write b plus c is equal to, here what is the value of a? B is a into k1 plus a into k2. Take a is a common, so I will write k1 plus k2. So here k1 belongs to set of integer, k2 belongs to set of integer, then their addition again belongs to what? Set of integer. So k1 plus k2 again belongs to set of integer. So I will write k1 k2 as k dash. So a into k dash for k dash is equal to k1 plus k2 belongs to set of integers. So here b plus c. So then by using definition of divisibility, what we have? If b is equal to a into k1, then I write a divides b. A divides b. If and only if case, we have the definition, right? So here b plus c is equal to a into k1 or k dash. So this can be written as a divides b plus c. A divides b plus c, right? Hence the proof of that. Here a divides b plus c. Similarly, we can show that a divides b minus c, and also a divides bx minus plus minus cy. So this is the statement. You can change here a divides b plus minus c. In fact, a divides bx plus minus cy. Similarly, if here is addition, then I take subtraction, then similarly b minus c is equal to what will I get? Here finally a into k1 minus k2, and so k1 k2 belongs to set of integer, then their subtraction again belongs to set of integers, right? So what will I get? A divides b minus c. Similarly, we can show a divides bx plus minus cy. Now we will show this property. Now to prove this, a divides bx plus cy, right? So this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. So what we want here? Bx and here cy. So multiply equation 1 by x and multiply 2 by y. So what will we get? Multiply 1 by x and 2 by y. So what will we get? Bx is equal to a into x k1 and by is equal to, sorry, here cy is equal to a into c k2, right? So their addition will be, what will be the addition? Bx plus cy is equal to a x k1 plus a c k2. Sorry, here again here is y, a into y k2. So I will take a as the common. So what will you get? A into bracket x into k1 plus y into k2. Here x, y and k1 k2 belongs to what? Set of integer. Then this value again belongs to set of integer. So I will write bx plus cy is equal to a into k dash, where k dash is equal to x k1 plus y k2 belongs to set of integers. So by using definition of divisibility, what we get here? That implies a divides bx plus cy. A divides bx plus cy. Hence, if we have two conditions, a divides b and a divides c, then finally I get a divides bx plus minus cy. Here I have taken addition. If I take subtraction, then here I will get minus cy, right? So we have proved for a plus bx plus cy. Now you can do for bx minus cy. Now third one. So third, what we have? Let a divides b, which implies that by using definition of divisibility, what we get? B is equal to a into c for some c belongs to set of integer. Also what we have? B divides c. Then what is the definition of divisibility? B divides c means what? C is equal to b into k dash for k for k dash. K dash belongs to set of integers. Now what we have, b is equal to a into c, and here c. So here I will take some integer k1. K1 belongs to set of integer, and here I will take k2 for k2 belongs to set of integer. Because here if I take here c and here there is a c between second. So here I will write a divides b, then by using definition of divisibility I get b is equal to a into k1, and b divides c, then I get c is equal to b into k2. So this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. So substituting equation 1 in 2, substitute 1 into equation 2. So what will I get after substituting into this equation? So c is equal to, so value of b is a into k1, and this is b into k. Sorry. Here is value of a, b is a into k1, and here is k2. Right? So k1, k2. So for k1, k2 belongs to set of integers. So their product again belongs to what? Set of integers. So I will write c is equal to a into k dash. For k dash is equal to k1 into k2 belongs to set of integers. Right? So then by using definition of divisibility, what will I get? So c is equal to a into k dash, means what? If b is equal to a into c, then what we say that a divides b, right? So here c is equal to a into k dash, then what we say? A divides c. Hence the proof. Now we'll show fourth. What we have here, m is non-zero. Here m is non-zero, which belongs to set of integer. And what we have, a divides b. A divides b, then by using the definition of divisibility, b is equal to a into k for some k belongs to set of integers. Now here m, what we have to show here, a divides b, then am divides bm. Now multiply both sides by m. Multiply both sides by m. So what will we get? Bm is equal to a m into k1. Oh, sorry, k. Here what we have? Here m not equal to 0 and a is also not equal to 0, because a always non-zero we want. This is by definition of divisibility. Both a and m non-zero, which implies that a into m also non-zero, right? So I will write like this. So am divides bm. So this is the proof of that property. Now let's see fifth number. So fifth is, what is given here? A divides b and c divides d. Then so by using definition of divisibility, b is equal to a into k1 for some k1 belongs to set of integers. This is equation number 1. And c divides d means what? By using definition, d is equal to a into k2 for some k2 belongs to set of integer. Now multiply the corresponding sides of 1 and 2. What we get? Multiplying corresponding sides of equation 1 and 2. So corresponding side multiplication. So what will we get? B into d. B into d is equal to a into, here is some mistake, b divides a means what? B is equal to a into k1. C divides d means what? D is equal to, here is c into k2. So I will write here a into k1 into here c into k2. So k1 k2 belongs to set of integers. So I will write a into c into k1 k2. So k1 k2 belongs to set of integers. Then I will write k1 into k2 again belongs to set of integers. So I will write k1 k2 as k dash. So b into d is equal to ac into k dash, for k dash is equal to k1 into K2 belongs to set of integer. Then by using definition of divisibility, what we say, AC divides BD. Hence the property. Now we will see last property, property number 6. So here what we have given, AB divides BC. Then by using definition of divisibility, what we get, B into C is equal to A into B into K for some K belongs to set of integer. Now B is common between these two, so by using cancellation law we will cancel this. So what will I get, C is equal to, so B get cancelled, C is equal to A into K for some K belongs to set of integers. So by using definition of divisibility, what will get, A divides C. Now this, hence all these 6 properties proved. Thank you.